Alright, so black-white mid-rangey stuff with a bunch of 3-mana enchantments. So we got Sanguine Brushstroke, the direct alchemy card that makes a blood artist, makes your blood token sack to deal damage. We've got Wedding Announcement here, which makes vampire tokens and then gives your creatures 1/1, or it can draw cards if you have other cards, other creatures in play. We've got Ambitious Farmhand and other sack fodder at the bottom. We got Rite of Oblivion as a flexible removal spell that likes sacrifice blood tokens and stuff like that. I think the one change I'm gonna make here before we start playing games is... Wow, the land count in this deck is low. 20? I guess you have the farmhands and stuff and some treasures to pad it out, but man, that seems 20 seems ambitious. I guess we have 2 Hagra Maulings for 22. It's a little greedy. I'm not a fan of the 3/1 Legion Angel split. I think it's a bad use of sideboard slots. Slide the second copy of that. Not unhappy with this card in general, but I like 2/2 to be a little bit more conservative with the split. Yeah, we could start Lolth on the side. I don't hate that. All right, let's play some games with this and see how it goes. Good chance we add some lands. But I also want to give it a try. Like, Ambitious Farmhand is like a pseudo land. So if we count those as lands, we're kind of at 25. We have some card draw and some treasures, so maybe it's okay. But I'd wager there's a good chance this deck wants at least 2 more lands. Yeah, plenty of lands. And I play during Kamigawa. I was playing Magic very casually during Kamigawa. So I started playing Magic with Apocalypse/Odyssey. But I mostly just did, like, kitchen table / drafting for that time period. And I didn't start playing competitive Magic until New Phyrexia. Using set names instead of saying years lets me not let the Zoomers know exactly how old we are until they go and look it up themselves. Yeah, J-Chick, I think the explicitly random ones where we drafted like 36 different sets were some of my favorite. We used to do chaos drafts with some amount of consistency. We draft new sets when they came out too, but like are we playing a mirror match as our first match of the day? Looks like it. Zan broke it. Ladder only black-white mid-range now. And another content creator, Zan Saeed's been working on this archetype. He is one of our Hoots winners. Also spent a lot of time playing on the SCG tour. Very good Magic player. Top-8'd a bunch of their stuff. He was starting to play SCG events right about the time I was dialing down my paper Magic stuff. Thanks for the 15 months, Chris. Come back. Well, I guess we'll Hive and get rid of their Rite of Oblivion here. Let's start being incidental graveyard hate is so good. SH Webs, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Exile their Unwilling ingredient. And Shambling Ghast their Blood Artist. Dear Magic Arena, please errata Blood Artist to not make me click. Maybe I'm supposed to get rid of their Ghast instead there, actually, so I can attack. Yeah, it's probably the better line. If I get rid of the Ghast, I can attack. Museum flashback rate, just to get rid of something miscellaneous, otherwise they lose it to the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Definitely big Spider-Man beams energy here. For sure. The Niv deck is fine. Fine would be my summary. Creature land goes burr. Maybe I should have played Meathook out as a Blood Artist. What is CC's candy? Bib? Is that a typo or just something I'm not familiar with? Now, opponent is at a virtual 4 here, thanks to their 2 brushstrokes in the blood. Now they're at 8. It's a little scary. Yep. Wait,
Out of my way.
Oh, they have the treasure token. I was like, did they just kill themselves? No, they have the treasure token. Enchanted player's life, they lose a life, and you gain a life. Yeah, actually seems fine. So we need to kill Sorin, right? And again, they're not dead here, because they have 3 brushstrokes and a treasure to sacrifice a blood. So I am killing Sorin because killing them is not an option. Feel it's worth pointing that out because I've definitely missed lethal to kill planeswalkers before, but this is not one of those times. Yeah, that's not what I've ever heard of, Bim. Must be a regional chain. Should leave Sorin because it could kill them on uptick. That's true. So they've been to Rite of Oblivion. So I kind of don't want to play out Curse of Leeches until I can have a chance for this to deal with the right or to force them to play it next turn. Okay.
For the sake of all Innistrad, my will must prevail. You will serve me well.
The life totals in this match have been very silly. Is that a Hive of the Eye Tyrant from them? It is.
Tragedy befalls us.
Okay, they get to start exiling my rights now. Oh, that's an old command. Whoop. Alright, we did it. We successfully interfaced with the bot. Yeah, the fact that nested commands don't link like that is, hurts my programmer brain. I need them all to link together. Okay. What a silly mirror. The back and forth here has been quite amusing. Okay, the Curse of Leech is slowly catching up. Alright. Who's our third today? Rad. Rad is our third. So Skyclave Apparition seems good. Lolth seems good. Kaya seems fine. Is Rite of Oblivion really good or really mediocre? I feel like it might be on the mediocre side. Maybe we don't need all 3 meat hooks. Yeah, that sounds good, Brid. If we're playing 3s too, they could play some Lane Frog as well, but if you want to play Mamo Pika, and then I could try and grab Jungle for our games. I don't think I have the mental capacity to do 5 this afternoon. I was up late last night. I think I want to just be more chill than that. This black-white sack. I mean, we have 8 things that sacrifice things. My deck's labeled black-white mid-range. It has some things that sacrifice cards, yeah. The docket for Runeterra. I don't know. I was going to play a control deck, but I'm also feeling a little bit tired, so maybe we'll play something aggressive instead. You land, feel a little spent. I'm on the draw with the scry, chat. Yeah, two magic decks a day is gonna be the plan moving forward. We'll do 2 decks and then we'll play other games. Deadly Dispute actually sounds great. Farmhand. Never stood a chance, chat. Does Unite have no diminishing returns on hard CC? Well, Pikachu is a damage character too, and a lot of the CC in Unite tends to be fairly short. So having multiple CC characters means that you can just keep people stunned for longer if you're sequencing your hits one right after another. This is where the magic happens. Remember when I said this deck probably wants 2 more lands? Good chance that's the case. A tier list for Cursebound Witch's spells. What an incredibly useless thing to make a tier list for. Context, chat. Stop trying to force magic cards into arbitrary ratings without context. Context is everything. It's everything in Magic, and it's everything in life. Stop trying to pretend like it doesn't matter. Bottom that Skyclave, even though it's a pretty okay spell in this matchup, because we just want to try and hit our 4th land on curve here. Saying I need to think when I play Magic, especially if you want to play a card that has choices. My body is prepared to miss our 4th land drop. Okay. Could have gone slightly better, but also could have gone much, much worse. Insert Spider-Man pointing meme here. There's a chance this takes the Legion Angel out of their hand. Okay. Yeah, I think it's worth playing this out to get the chance to take the Legion Angel and stop that from happening. It's pretty rude. That's what games like Team Fortress Tactics are, right? They're just like auto battlers. You like draft a deck and then you watch your deck play out automatically. Patches! Thanks for the gifties. That's very generous of you. Merry Christmas. Do they have enough removal to raise our army of Legion Angels? So, Jacob says to Christy this morning, he goes, can Santa get me 2 things for Christmas, or do I only get 1? Because I want world peace, but I also want a Mega Gengar. And it's just super adorable. Just the sweetest kid. Hey, good morning, Cody. Kids are great. For reference, I think there's a good chance he gets one of those 2 things. There's a strong possibility one of those 2 things is going to happen for him this year. It's world peace, isn't it? Something like that. Man, we just got, like, tempoed to hell and back this game, huh? We just, like, never had a removal spell for the Legion Angel. Opponent left the Rite of Oblivions in, and they did a lot of work for them here. Maybe we're supposed to do that. Could definitely see that being correct after how this played out. The fact that they had a bunch of lands and we don't also feels like it was relevant, though. So I kind of think I'm gonna cut some spells for some lands here like I thought I was going to do. Lack of mana has definitely been felt in these games. Thanks for the 38 months, like a mosh. Thanks for the follow, Unknown Dreams. My children will not be allowed to watch Twitch for a very long time. Don't let your children on this platform, chat. Like 13 or 14, absolute earliest. Yeah, I think we're dead here, right? I'm technically not dead. No, I am dead this attack. No, I could use the blood tokens. We're technically not dead this attack, but... do we have a recovery mechanic from here? We could rip a Meathook. If we draw a Meathook, we can clear these. And that doesn't do it because there's a Trespasser's Curse here. Okay, definitely. I think I boarded it optimally. The right seemed pretty okay here. Also unsure on the Skyclaves, but I definitely like not having enough mana wasn't great here. For what it's worth, like, I let my kids watch certain creators on YouTube, kids. Like, kids like watching other people play video games, chat. That's a thing that they do greatly enjoy, and I wouldn't take that away from them. It's just, there's a big difference between live content and pre-recorded content. I think it's important to draw a line there. I don't know what I want to cut, but I know I want like 2 more lands. Could just be like these Saurians at the top end. Could see getting rid of that. Start there. We might have enough card advantage without those. Oh, yeah, metrics are up everywhere, James. Hope you feel better soon. My wife helps track COVID metrics for a very large company, and everywhere in the entire country is up right now. Globally too, I believe. I'm not as informed on metrics outside of the US, but... I mean, like, even my channel isn't one I'd want my kids to watch until they're older, into their teenage years, right? Like, I swear pretty casually, and, we don't shy away from talking about adult topics here on stream. Can we untap this and just curve 1, 2, 3, 4, huh? Why are there snow lands? I have no idea. Because I copied the deck off the internet. People on the internet like to put snow lands in their deck for no reason. There's snow lands, so the deck could be Christmas themed. Lol. Yeah, that's actually probably a good shout. I'd bet there were earlier versions of this deck that played Blood on the Snow. That seems like a reasonable estimation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a reason why there were a lot of countries that, like, wearing masks was normal when you're just feeling under the weather anyways, even before COVID. It just makes sense because it stops the spread of germs. These brutes are a little annoying. I don't want to play 2 spells because it flips the brutes back. I think we just attack for 4. Also, like, As someone who lives in the Midwest and would periodically have to wear a scarf out during the winter anyways, a mask basically serves double purpose. It keeps my face warm in the winter, chat. Excuse me? This doesn't land. Tokyo Whirlwind with the giant pile of sub-gifties. Good morning to you. Merry Christmas. Oh gosh. Okay, so now... Wait. Am I dead if I block like this? This is only 10. So these are gonna grab my Legion Angels here, but then I can kill these, right? I'm gonna pass here to see if I can get him to attack. And if they attack, we can make 2 surprise blockers. Well... Unfortunately, I have to chump block this now. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. I mean, I'm literally dead on board though, right? Like I have to have a flying creature? Like I agree that like if I have a way to deal with this, they're behind. No, I didn't get a Legion Angel. Oh, I'm getting an angel back from this dying. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. This 6/6 is still really scary, right? Whatever. I'll take it. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, chat. As someone who frequently has people complain in YouTube comments that he concedes too early in matches of Magic, I don't think I would have conceded in the spot they were in, but to each their own. We'll trim the stingers. They hurt a little bit. Trim a Ghast. All of the new gift subs we've had today, by the way, you should be sure to pop into the Hoaglandia Discord server. I'm going to be offline this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but it's a great place to chat with Hoaglandia 24/7. I'll be chatting in there for sure over the weekend like I always am. Also, our next Hoaglandia Open that's open to subscribers is going to be coming up on January 8th. And if you haven't heard the news, Hoaglandia is now an MTG Melee Premium Tournament Organizer, which means they've given us a set championship invite to give out. So the winner of our historic Hoaglandia Open on January 8th will get to play in the Neo Set Championship in February. Which is very Pog champ. What format? Historic. Our tournament is historic. I actually don't know what format the Neo Set Championship is. I think the last Set Championship was historic and standard, so I'm expecting Neo to be like Alchemy and historic. I actually don't know offhand. Our event is historic though, on the 8th. Maybe the opponent conceded that last game because they had to go. We're gonna have to wait for them to DC here. Well, it's technically 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow is the open. For the 17 months Warlordy. Do 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 do. So one thing I am curious to see, Cedrus, is I think there's a good chance the fact that we have a set championship invite for our event means that we'll have more players than normal. Usually we only have between like 60 and 100 players. So if we get close to our 256 cap, we'll see logistically. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the selection of decks looks like too. I don't know. So like, I don't know that I'm that worried about deck selection. So obviously there'll be a higher density of tryhard decks, but there's always a good selection of brews, even in like big set championship style tournaments. It's just a lot of the time the people picking on for coverage don't pick for how sweet the decks are, right? They're like picking based on the players. And we don't have that problem in Hoaglandia. Like I don't care who's playing in our tournament. We pick decks for coverage based on how sweet they are. We don't bias coverage towards specific players. We bias it towards finding specific decks. Illicet, thank you for the 27 months and the very generous tier 2. Welcome back. To be fair, since we've added additional sponsors to the opens, we have like a semi-real production staff now. Like we have myself plus 2 casters plus Christy plus 3 other people recording feature matches for us. Quite the little operation these days. Okay. To be fair, we do run ads during our stream. It's just we only run ads that we have scheduled to run. Not ones that need to fill downtime we didn't choose to have. Let's just get rid of this werewolf pack leader. Attack for 1, because we're not blocking. And this Legion Angel should be quite good here. Generates a lot of board presence, and then eventually flies over in the air. Oh, they're green-black. Yes, this card seems super powerful in the right shell. Alright, do I open on this now? Could get a powerful, like, 5 out of their hand. I don't know about powerful, but that's a 5. I'd have probably Rite of Oblivion this, so it's nice to start to go away here. Toskis with the Mosis. I promise the sponsors that they get 3 ad breaks at a minimum during the tournament. Usually we run 3. Ooh. Do we just rate the Toski? I think we just rate the Toski, right? Just like sack the blood, get rid of this. When we do an ad break, usually I do 2 minutes of the sponsored ads and then 2 minutes of Twitch ads run, because running Twitch ads disables pre-rolls. For people that aren't familiar with how the Twitch ad system works, anytime you get anything other than a pre-roll ad on a Twitch stream, that Twitch streamer manually ran that ad. So Twitch does not force streamers to run mid-stream ads. It does, however, reward you a little bit for doing so, because if you run a mid-stream ad, it disables pre-rolls for new people coming in for a certain amount of time, which means new people are more likely to stick around. Taldir, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Twitch ads in general kind of suck, though. They pay significantly less than YouTube. Legion Angel is just gonna bury our opponent in the ground at this point. I like generated a card off of this, but it's just so many less cards than we've had with everything else here. Yeah, I think if you run a 2-minute ad block, you disable pre-rolls for 40 minutes, which is the longest you can disable them for in one shot. If I recall correctly. So, you can set it to do ad rolls automatically, but that's still the streamer setting that up, Zingzal. Twitch doesn't force you to set up automatic ad rolls. Yes, the thing that makes me unfollow and close the stream faster than anything else is someone who runs Twitch ads over content. I don't mind people that like run ads like in between games while they're sitting in a queue, because like disabling pre-rolls is an actively good thing. But anytime I'm watching, and I watch a good bit of Twitch myself, anytime I'm watching Twitch and someone plays an ad while their actual gameplay is going on, I just close the stream. It's very, very rude. It means they don't care about your viewing experience, in my opinion. I think we just start attacking here. Well, so like YouTube ads can make a pretty livable amount of money, Lucas, if you get a decent amount of viewers. Like CGB, if you're familiar with him, he posted insights into his YouTube metrics, and he's made like $500,000 in the last year just from YouTube ad revenue alone. Yeah, he's a very, very good content creator. He's good at what he does. He gets a crazy amount of views. I mean, he gets a crazy amount of views asterisk for Magic content, but like in the grand scheme of things, when you look at like outside of our whole, the number of views that CGB gets like isn't even really comparable to a lot of big video games. Like Magic's a very niche product overall. Yeah, I did too, Archivist. I was very surprised when he shared his metrics. I assumed he made a livable income, but I assumed low six figures, not $500,000. This game's been over since like we played the second Legion Angel. We're just kind of going through the motions in garbage time. When I've played these green decks, the one-drop creatures have really felt lackluster to me. They just get out card quality'd very, very quickly in a lot of these games. Maybe just sack these blood tokens to Deadly Disputes and draw some cards and drain them a little bit. We consider low six figures livable now. I mean, it's more than livable in most places. My two statements weren't connected there. I assumed he made a livable income, but I assumed he made enough for it to be a job, but I assumed at the tippy top it was low six figures, if that makes sense. I did not mean to imply that you need to make six figures to have a livable income. That's obviously not the case. I missed lethal with Meathook Massacre. That's fine, they're still dead. Alright. This is a Path of Peril matchup. I have a lot of things that cost 2 or less, right? Yeah, like actually every creature they played this game cost 2 or less. I think this card actually comes out here. They're not going to have cards saved up in their hand later, and the Death Touch body's only okay. Oh yeah, they had Toski too, that's true. We have like, Toski's like really bad against us, right? We just have like infinite ways to kill that card. It's fine. Needs a cheap thing to sacrifice to Rite of Oblivion, but otherwise pretty good. We have Scry here on one, which is nice. Yeah, that's fine, right? It's actually a bunch of things to sacrifice to this. I'm gonna have to play this as a land, but... Yeah, that's true too. $100,000 a year sounds like a lot of money until you realize that they pay 30 to 50% self-employment taxes. And if they're self-employed and have to cover their own health insurance, that's another $20,000 to $30,000 a year in some cases. And then if you have a child who's in daycare, it's another, what, 20 grand a year? I think especially people that live outside the United States, they hear a number like that and they think, wow, that's a lot of money. And then you don't realize how many services your countries provide that like just don't exist here in the United States. That you're just like shit out of luck. Think so. If I Legion Angel, it's pretty bad against a removal spell. I think I'm gonna farmhand into Rite of Oblivion, the werewolf pack leader here. Just try and cut their card advantage off at the pass here. So we went second, so I technically have Crossroads as an untapped land, so I could play Legion Angel, tapped land, Scry, or I could Brushstroke plus Dispute. I think I want a Legion Angel Scry. Kinda wouldn't mind finding a sweeper or removal spell here. Path of Peril would be quite good. That potentially seems good. Let's keep that there. What do income taxes pay for? So, if you're unaware, the United States government spends about $750 billion per year on military spending. You have to understand, chat, when you use taxes to pass things that help actual people, it's communism. But when you spend taxes murdering people in other countries, it's patriotism. Alright, so this makes a treasure, effectively making it cost 1 mana. I think we're gonna go ahead and do this and kill the Innkeeper and then play Legion Angel. For anybody that's new to the channel, by the way, welcome to Hoaglandia. We don't shy away from the important topics here. If that turns some people off, that's okay. We'll be all right. The Dutch government pays about 90 billion in healthcare each year. Yeah, I mean, healthcare is not cheap. The thing is, though, like, Americans still pay lots of billions for healthcare, right? It's just they're paying it out of pocket instead of paying it through taxes. So, we still pay that money. We just pay it in a way that's less cost efficient. All right, so there's some incentive to get wedding announcement down ASAP so it can start ticking out poopers. And I think that's the plan. Like, they have this, but I can get this down and get a Brushstroke down this turn. And then these blockers even start ticking away at my opponent's life total. At some point, chat, we're gonna draw one of the 6 sweepers in our deck, and it's gonna be glorious. I vote to draw the sweeper next turn. I'm with you. Big, let's draw the sweeper next turn energy. I would like one do-over, please. Actually, do I sack the blood? How hard do we want to go for the sweeper this turn? I could sack the blood artist and then leave the blood for another redraw. That's much worse if I miss, though. The blood artist has value being in play. We do get pretty far behind if they untap. That's true. Alright, YOLO. Come on, dealer. I mean, we're not fully dead yet. I'll take one more. We're gonna take a hit and they're gonna draw some cards, but we could feel it next turn. I'm gonna block like this, just hope to draw Path of Peril. Game 3 on the plane. We lost our game of Go Fish, friends. Task failed successfully. Nah, even if I wasn't dead on board swimming, dude, we were down enough resources at that point to stay alive that we couldn't come back anymore. And they were up enough, so the game was over. I believe you that if you counted and concluded, like, we could live one more turn, but we couldn't win the game, so might as well pack it up, pack it in. Oh, I could have looked with Brushstroke. Yeah, I missed that. I should have looked with Brushstroke. I didn't think about the Brushstroke being a look. Good call. attacked with 2 or more creatures turn, draw a card. Actually just incapable of drawing a sweeper in this matchup, apparently. It's not possible. The sweepers do not exist. Sweeper, no sweeping. Yeah, I agree, Jim. Right with both of these cards is really solid. All right, we did it, fam. We nailed it. Say goodbye to all of our friends. Click on their face a whole bunch. Curse of Leech is like actually low-key kind of great. Attack first to draw. No, if I attack first, they kill the Blood Artist in combat, then I don't get. I'd rather get all the triggers from the Blood Artist. Getting rid of this. Any amount of pressure we can put on their life total here is really good. These have to attack, so between the Curse and the Drain from this and these having Menace, getting the sit in here is a lot of value. Innkeeper plus Swarming is big game. So I block here and then use the trigger to kill the Innkeeper to keep their life total low. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked first that time, so that way I didn't have to use my treasure if they blocked. Maybe we push damage. By the way, they're down to 4 here, and the Curse of Leeches is wearing them down. Got the Hive of the Eye Tyrant's a 4/4 right now. Okay, they're just dead to the Hive. Menace chat. Bring me pictures of Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's a menace. So close game 2, where we ultimately failed to find our sweeper, any of our 6 sweepers in the top third of our deck. And then found one of them that game, and it was pretty elementary from there. Elementary, my dear Watson. Does deck not want the 4/4 ramp? I don't know, Precipic. The list I started from a net deck of wasn't playing it. I have to assume they tried it. Legion Angel's been pretty good. It would like have to go in the Legion Angel or Connoisseur slot. Connoisseur's been okay. Legion Angel's been great though. I can't imagine cutting the Legion Angel for it. That card's super impressive. The Connoisseur might be worth testing Markov in that slot. I can see it being okay there. Oh, also, Precipic, since you're here, I don't know that I slept enough last night to play the Darkness deck today in Runeterra, so I might save that one for next week. I might have only slept for like 5 hours last night. We might play something smorky. The Echo Zillion deck's pretty aggressive, right? Might do that instead. No, I think that's 100% the case for me. I think if you're playing any Legion Angels, you're playing 4 for sure. Is an accurate statement. Maybe we'll try GP Sedge. I can see that. Hey, Zan. We copied your homework for this afternoon. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. You want to send me your preferred GP Sedge list in a deck code in Discord? Snow attacks here. A poor little Blood Artist. This card just gets so much value. The amount of times people spend a card killing your Blood Artist and like this is hanging out too is so good. Okay. Take a redraw here. We haven't flipped this card yet in any of our games in this session, but it's still been pretty reasonable. Getting a land is pretty decent with all of our blood stuff. I think I'm in for that. The Legion Angels turn into a lot of bodies. I already have an answer to their first dragon. Unless it's like Imistrum Predator or Adult Gold. Zan, I don't know if you had time to hang out or if you're still here, but people coming in from his stream will probably be interested to know too. Our next Hoaglandia Open is going to be a set championship qualifier. So our historic tournament on January 8th, the winner of that tournament will get to play in the Neo Set Championship. And then the top 8 competitors will also, get invites to the qualifier weekend in February. Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. What am I? In competitive play outside of the game and Magic means the sideboard explicitly. Do I get rid of this? I kind of don't care, right? I just want to save this for a dragon, basically. I guess if I let this live and they kill my Legion Angel, they're going to be able to start attacking with this, which is not great for me, though. So, the invite to the set championship, for those that are my regulars were wondering, MTG Melee has a contract with Wizards to give out set championship invites to their premium tournament organizers. So, while our tournament is feeding into a Wizards of the Coast thing, I do not have a direct relationship with them. It's Melee that's coming through for me. Either way, regardless of how we've got it, having extra prizes is sweet. I won't complain about having extra things to give out, regardless of how we got it. Yeah, the set championship is their current branding for what had previously been Pro Tours. They're kind of, Wizards organized play is kind of in a flux status. You know, I probably should have held that land because of the ward on this. Because if I draw another removal spell, I don't have anything I want to discard to it at the moment. Okay, well now I have a decision to make because I played the land last turn. Now if I play this land, I can go Brushstroke Second Angel, which I think is worthwhile. Yeah, there are some people who are really greedy and play like 1 Legion Angel main and 3 in the sideboard. I'm a big fan of the 2-2 split. It makes it a little bit less high rolly, a little bit more consistent. Because like taking up 3 slots in your sideboard also has a real cost. I think I'm supposed to trade these. I guess I'm at 22 though. This could be wrong. This might be a little bit too defensive for the position we're in. That's a phenomenal draw. So we get to play this and sack the Cursebound Witch, so we get to draft something from this spellbook in addition to drawing some cards. Love me some capitalism, Scorpion chat. Oh, we do have Covenant for the Farmhand too, don't we? I don't think I'm doing that this turn, but noted. Casting a card called Cruel Reality hits different in 2021, chat. It's just not quite the same as the environment in which this was printed. Definitely feels like we bigger fished them there. They had a bunch of play with fires in their deck that just didn't line up well into our threats. I expect all of those are going to go away here in a second. Lolth and Kaya seem good here. I think we want to pull up in how we're sideboarding a little bit. My opponent doesn't really have anything that dies to gas -1/-1, so I think we trim some of those. If we leave in a couple, you want some amount to have sacrifice fodder for these things. Maybe we trim a Meathook Massacre. I know that I'm going to need sweepers here too frequently. This could be a Skyclave matchup. They probably have dragons. I'm gonna say no on these for now and try this configuration. Oh, Mums Oz, thanks for the follow. Hope you're having a great December 24th / Christmas Eve wherever you're at in the world. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope your holiday season's going well. I am going to be just taking off this weekend. Not only is it the holiday, but I'm usually off on the weekend anyways. We're going to do our normal stream today. We're going to finish this Magic deck up. We're going to play some Runeterra, play some Pokemon Unite. Then I'll be back on Monday for more of the same. So, I personally, there's a lot of people that bring in cards like Go Blank in these Black Mirrors, and I tend to err on the side of preferring Go Blank for explicitly graveyard-focused strategies or decks with counter spells that tend to keep cards in their hand, because this type of matchup tends to come down to kind of this slugfest where both players are empty-handed, and like drawing a Go Blank when you need to be playing to the board feels really bad. So, blank is like a pretty good card on like turns 3 to 4, but like when you draw it on turn 12, it's just so atrocious. Seems fine. We'll probably, if I draw a land on one, we'll probably hold these as spells. I might just play the first one as a spell regardless, or as a land regardless. Alright. Hopefully we don't live to regret this. I think I want guaranteed 5 mana. This one's definitely a spell. I think this first one's... Really? They left Play with Fire in post board? I wonder what their sideboard looks like that they had to leave this card in. You think we can talk our opponent into playing poker instead of Magic, chat? Pup, 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 poker face, pup, pup, poker face. My. My opponent has now spent 2 cards to scry 1 twice. We take those. Sequences that we are okay with. Let's get rid of that. Plenty of mana. Dragon. Thanks for the follow, Mariano. Good morning. Attack with the Blood Artist, chat. Set the tone of the match. Let them know how we really feel. This plains to this blood here at end of turn. Am I meat hooking this board next turn? I kind of feel like it might be. Now we could wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Now I'm gonna get the second Blood Artist down. Maybe they play out another creature. It's as good as drawing a card, chat. This land is so good. I know it's not very exciting, but I think this might actually be my favorite design in the, what's it called? The digital set. Hey, Ben, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. It's Forsaken and auto 4 of any multicolored deck. It depends on what your curve looks like. I think if your deck's not playing a lot of 1-drops, the answer is yes. And I think even if your deck is playing a lot of 1-drops, you probably still want a couple. Hey, nice duck. Yeah, this is great. So we get another threat out of this Meathook now. Do we just wait a turn now? What if we go Sanguine, Rite of Oblivion, sack the Blood, the Town Raiser? I think that's the line. Blood Artist is such a gross card, chat. Go. The old Drain and Brain. Oh no, not Emistrum Predator. Bye, friends. The slow realization. Just a couple of Blood Artist triggers. Dear Watsy, please errata Blood Artist on Magic Arena. We needed a Rita-only version of Blood Artist that doesn't make me click. Please, for the love of quality of life. We're hitting carpal tunnel over here. Yeah, Rage Forger too. I would love to see a small, just like range of digital version erratas for those cards, just to like have them be quality of life improvements. Less clicking, same effect essentially. We were only 2/3 of the way through our clicks when they conceded. Accurate. But what if you want to target yourself? Too bad, so sad. Like the fringe cases can go scratch. You shouldn't be playing Blood Artist in your Scourge deck anyways. All right, let's get one more good match in with this, and then we'll flip over to some Runeterra, huh? Yes, Blood Artist was a very good card during its stay in Standard. In fact, there have been a number of subsequent, basically worst Blood Artist printed since Blood Artist was originally designed that have also seen frequent amounts of play in Standard. It's a very, very powerful effect. Oh, is Blood Artist target opponent? No, Blood Artist is totally target player. Because templating. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat is a card I'd really like to see in Historic. It's probably not playable, but I'd like to try. I'd like to try. Angel of Unity is actually pretty bad for us because it increases toughness, which means my Meathook's gonna have a hard time clearing their board. There's gonna be a big mamma jamma in their hand, shit. Okay, that's less scary than it otherwise could be. Slightly. Okay, I think we go for this and hopefully hit whatever they've been powering up. Nailed it, chat. Look at this skill game my opponent and I are playing. This card's been super reasonable. Gives you a blood token too. Really sweet mid-range threat. The Citystalker Connoisseur. Tajuru Preserver. Fine Tajuru Preserver. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. This is going to clear them for takeoff. Hey, hey, the gang's all here. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. We're blocking because it's not going to get through inside of combat anyways. We're going to Meathook next turn for 4. So long, farewell, I'll see you and good day. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. It's pretty good. Trades with the Legion Angel. Really surprised to see Paragon come down here. Feel like they should have held this to get some more card advantage going. They definitely need to grind a little bit to catch back up. They just wanted to get a bunch of pressure down ASAP, but seems loose. Midway Monster, thank you for the 33 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Got me. Nice. Oh, but I wanted to flip my farmhand for the first time, opponent. Okay, well, this is definitely a Path of Peril matchup. Skyclave Apparition sounds nice, too. What are we gonna trim? I know the Citystalker Connoisseur was kinda okay that game, but I think that's the exception rather than the rule. I'm also bringing in more removal spells, so like those would have also been good there. Cutting Capitalism Scorpion in the creature matchups and a Cursebound Witch. Thanks for the follow, Pablo. Good morning. We have not, Dingo. What's the lore behind calling it capitalism, Scorpion? Because it exploits people. Ditch the Cursebound here, huh? I remember at one point, Declan and I were having a conversation. For those new, Declan is my 6-year-old. And he asked me who the richest person in the world was. And at the time, it was Jeff Bezos. So I said Jeff Bezos, and I said whatever amount of ungodly money he had at the time. And Declan's first response to the amount of money I listed was, well, how did he get that much money? Did he steal it? So even my 6-year-old knows, chat, that you can only become a billionaire through unethical means. It just, intuitively, he knew. Man, I really don't want to do nothing this turn. I guess we wedding announcement. Another creature enters the battlefield with a chosen type. Put a counter on it. So, even when people point to folks like Oprah and J.K. Rowling, who didn't run giant capitalistic enterprises like Jeff Bezos, it's important to acknowledge the fact that those people, while making ungodly amounts of money that no person will ever spend or need in their lifetime, could have been pushing to use some of that money they were profiting from personally to pay people a better living wage underneath them. Alright, so we're gonna draw a card from this attack. They don't have that much power in play. I think we're just passing here. I guess this thing gets 1/1 counters though, huh? I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Pretender here. I think we just hook here, right? I think is the plan. Oh, sick. They're blocking Skyclave? This is just actually perfect. Correct. Like, you don't need $1 billion to live comfortably and still be wealthy. No ethical billionaires exist because if someone was an ethical billionaire, they wouldn't remain a billionaire for long. You can live out your days in comfort on, you know, let's say even keeping, let's pick a number, low 8 figures. Means you could live comfortably and lavishly for a long time. This deck seems pretty good, shit. Thanks for the follow, Cyrillin. The core of this is super reasonable. Believe it or not, I'm happier after we added a couple of more lands to the deck. But just this, the real innovation here to me is the wedding announcement plus Brushstroke plus Rite of Oblivion really feels like this kind of really sweet core that's powerful. And Legion Angel was another impressive threat. Like, we've seen, like, these sacrifice Dorkos with Dispute and Fellstinger and stuff like that happen plenty of times in other decks, but this edition and this edition really feels like a good chunk of innovation. And then once you move into white, things like Legion Angel are other good payoffs as well, in addition to Vanishing Verse also. Getting 6 exile fixed target problem felt really good. If you're looking for more content on this deck, Zan Saeed hosted us or rated us earlier. He's a great channel to check out. He's been streaming and tuning this deck a bunch. So if you're a regular on my channel, you know, we probably won't revisit this in the short term. We try and play a lot of different things here, but he's been putting out a ton of content on it. So if you want to see more with this particular deck, I'd recommend checking out his stuff for sure. Pseudo Panda, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. I believe we talked about Edgar a little bit, and I believe Zan tried Edgar in earlier builds and ended up moving off of it. I think if you wanted to try Edgar in here, Citystalker Connoisseur is probably the card I would replace. Legion Angel definitely punches above its weight class. I wouldn't get rid of this one, but this is a similar spot on the curve, so I think this is the swap for Edgar, if anything. Yes, submit build rounds through the site. That gives me a chance to look at and think about it instead of just answering off the cuff. All right, so we are done with